LHRL peeps, people, community. We still need a name to call ourselves. Like the Insane Clown Posse has the Juggalos, and we're the LHRLLOs. I don't know. Anyway. It's Saturday. It's been a great day. It's been a long day. I started this morning. On Saturdays, I usually coach the class at our gym, Olive Branch CrossFit, and so I did that, and it was 1 rep max deadlift day today, and everybody shows up for 1 rep max deadlift day. There must have been 20 people there, and I got to give a shout out to my buddy Dustin, who pulled 500 pounds for the first time today, which is awesome, and I was super happy to get to watch that. I'm gonna show you what that looked like right now. All right, how cool is that? Good job, Dustin. I'm proud of you, man. Anyhow, had a basketball game with my son. We went to see the Memphis Tigers play at the FedEx Forum, which was cool. And then on the way there, or before I went there, I noticed that I got tagged by Billy Wilson on the Facebook group in a post by a guy named Scott Black. What's up, Scott? He wrote a question, which is something that I love, a topic that I love, obviously. That's why we're the Lift Heavy Run Long community. And I'll read it to you real quick. It says, question for the group. Recently I finished my first 100 and the training caused all my lifts in the gym to go backward. Anybody have experience with lower mileage and higher intensity training, including strength training for longer races? Assuming I am happy finishing, what is the lowest training volume for 50 miles for 100K for 100 miles? The first thing I'm going to say before I say anything else is the key to your question. The key phrase is assuming I'm happy finishing, right? And we did a great podcast with Alex Macklin. We recorded that last week or this week, and when that comes out, I think we talk about this a little bit, in that we're doing this heavy lifting, this running thing, and there's a balance. You know, if you want to go and qualify for the Boston Marathon, you may not be able to maintain that 500-pound deadlift. There's just going to be, at some point, there's going to be some sacrifice. So the key there, as long as you're okay finishing. What I don't really know. I mean, you're going to get a lot of different answers to this question, and there's a lot of people in this group, and there's a lot of coaches in this group that may give a lot of different answers. But I can tell you what works, or what has worked for me, and what has worked for the ultra runners that I have helped in the past, which is we do very low volume running compared to what most runners do. They're just strictly runners, and so I lift a lot in our program. My program has always looked like your typical CrossFit class, which is a lift, a barbell lift, squat, deadlift, press, whatever it may be, and then a conditioning workout, which would be anything from 5 minutes to 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It just depends on the day, depends on the program that's written, and all that kind of stuff. And I've always done that for the last since 2009. I've done that 4 to 5 times a week. That's my goal, and I've always made that my priority. So I always make sure I'm doing that, doing lifting, doing the conditioning. So doing the strength and conditioning, and I always make sure I show up for that. And when I'm training for a run, what it's looked like for me, I mean, I started on the old school CrossFit endurance program, which was a short interval workout and a long interval workout and a longer run on the weekend. And depending on what the race is, that long run on the weekend will fluctuate. So it could go up, it could go down. It just depends. For something like 100, I try to register for a couple of longer races leading up to a longer race. So like if it's a 50-mile race, I may sign up for a marathon and a 50K. The 100-miler, I actually only did a 50K. So, but I ran 26 hours at Tunnel Hill. So, and I've also ran 6 or 7 other 50-milers in the past. So it's not like I wasn't training, but I just didn't get that super long run in. So you can totally do it. It works. I would just recommend just giving it a go and seeing what works for you. That model that I use just happens to work really well for me, and I love it. It's fun, and it's not so taxing. I don't have to go out to on these 4 or 5 hour runs on the regular, where I have to get up on Saturday or Sunday and be running for half of my day, and then I come back and I'm exhausted or whatever. I really love the fact that I can just continue to lift and do the conditioning, because I really like the CrossFit style classes. It's I find them very fun. I love picking up a barbell. I love running, and this is just it's the way I started, and it's just what's always worked for me. And I don't run super fast. My marathon is sub 4. My PR is 3:43, I think 3:42 for a marathon. Again, I ran 100 miles in 26 hours, which is, these aren't fantastic times. They're good. I'm happy with them because I'm happy with a 400-pound deadlift, and I can maintain that and do all these other things too. So that's why I do this, and it works for me. It may not work for someone else. You just kind of have to see what your thing is and see what works for you. But what I will do is, if you shoot me an email, vaughn@liftheavyrunlong.com, I will go and get you a RunRx program, and I'll shoot it over your way. They're like 3-month programs that we sell, and I think there might be 100. It's up to 50 miles. I think. I'm not sure there's a 100-mile, but I'll send you one if you shoot me an email, and you can see what the running is like. And that's pretty much the structure of my training and how I do it. Valerie wrote those plans for RunRx, and she's actually been my coach before, and she worked for CrossFit Endurance, and so that's just where all my training had always came from, and that's what I prescribe for the people that I coach. So there you have that. I hope that helps. I hope it makes sense. I would love to send you a plan, and anybody that wants to email me, I'll shoot a plan over to you, and so you can see what that looks like and how it works. And yeah, so there you go. There's another vlog for you, and hopefully that's some helpful information for somebody. And I will, if you have any questions, always tag me on, let's do this, tag me on social, in the group if you want to, if you're on Twitter, or Instagram, if that's your thing. It's at Vaughn Rawls, and let's use the hashtag Ask Reverend. All right, I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.